7, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Jets. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. Now Hall to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And they can't bring him down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Jets at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
19 yards there on the catch and run. On first down, Howell. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. On first down, Jarrett. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. Well, you talk about this Jets defense. Well, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly, the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd down, Jarrett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. throwing on first down. Jarrett. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Jarrett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Off the bootleg. Jarrett. He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline. Intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Howell out of his own end zone. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this out past the 25. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jarrett. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off and actually catching.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 3rd down and 13. Off play action. It's Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
1st down, Howell to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jarrett. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Back to throw. Jarrett. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jarrett. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings brings up 3rd and goal. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And to me, the key to a wide receiver run like that is getting around the first edge guy. It's often like a punt returner. Make that first guy miss, because if you can do that successfully and get upfield, we know good things can happen. He's able to take that one into the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Paul again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
They'll go play action. Howell. Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now they go play action with Howell. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. Faking the handoff. Howell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Another throw for Howell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Jarrett. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jarrett. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Hardman to return. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful. It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Jarrett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Able to power through. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down. Jarrett. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And on 4th down on as the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Howell. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And shoving through the tackle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Off play action. Jarrett. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Jarrett. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. Down to the 42, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Chaz Surratt there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jarrett. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Option left. Hal's going to run with it. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sam Howell. 52 yards. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He finds Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Jarrett. He'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Off the bootleg. Jarrett. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll look to throw again. Completes this to Addison out left. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Now a handoff to Chandler.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was fourth down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Chandler is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
Now Chandler.
A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on fourth and goal. Looking to throw. Jarrett. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And,
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll go again with Hall. 129 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. That one looks like he'll throw here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Off play action. It's Howell.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So here we go. 4th down. Howell.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets.